It's time now for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. Brought to you by ProMed Ambulance Services and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. One of the foremost sports writers of his generation, Pete Axthelm, earned renown for his knowledge of sports and journalistic skill. Born in New York City on August 27, 1943, Axthelm grew up in Rockville Center, Long Island. He took a law school admission test in his senior year at Yale University, earning a perfect score, but only did so to please his mother. While at Yale, he met columnist Jimmy Breslin, who recommended him to his editors at the New York Herald Tribune. Axthelm was hired by the newspaper and served as its horse racing beat writer before graduating from Yale. Axthelm skipped his Yale graduation to cover races at Belmont Park for the Herald Tribune. He joined Newsweek in 1968, covering the Summer Olympics in Mexico City, where he played a minor role in the protest by Tommy Smith and John Carlos at the medal ceremony for the 200 meters. Axthelm, who covered the games wearing a button bearing the letters OPHR, short for Olympic Project for Human Rights, an organization founded by Harry Edwards, had befriended Smith and Carlos during the games. Instead of sitting in the press box for the 200-meter final, Axthelm was in the stands with their wives. The two sprinters won medals, Smith gold and Carlos bronze. And Axthelm then ran out of the stands to meet them before the medal ceremony. Carlos had worn an OPHR button during his run, but Smith had not. When Smith asked for a button, Axthelm took his button off and handed it to Smith. While remaining with Newsweek, Axthelm also worked for Inside Sports, an attempt by the Washington Post, then the owner of Newsweek, to compete with Sports Illustrated and Sport Magazine. He also published two books, The City Game, Basketball in New York, and The Kid, the latter a biography of Triple Crown winning jockey Steve Cawthon, then in his late teens. In 1975, Axthelm received the Penny Missouri Award, known as the Pulitzer Prize of Feature Writing. During the 1980s, he commented on football for NBC and horse racing for ESPN. Axthelm was NBC's answer to CBS's Jimmy the Greek Snyder, providing betting angles to the games. By the late 80s, Pete Axthelm's lifelong drinking problem had seriously affected both his health and his work. He eventually developed acute hepatitis and died of liver failure on February 2, 1991, at the age of 47. He was awaiting a liver transplant at the time of his death. Twice married, Axthelm was revived by his second wife Andrea and a daughter. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me for Trivia Tracks weekdays at 6:45 on Everybody's Country Y95.